Hey everybody, today we're going to make some episode art for the podcast. Okay, so we're starting off with episode number 22. This is a folder that's already been duplicated, right? Because we take the master files and we go duplicate, and then we rename everything. So as you can see in here, we want to make sure all the folder file is always in the same way as in the past. Most of the time, the master file will have information on that, or you can look to previous episodes. And we just try to keep a consistent layer workaround because it makes it so that all the shows are very homogeneous, so anybody can work on them. So we'll go into here and say this one. Oftentimes when you come in here, you'll see these things like this, and it'll say like master file, and then it'll say dash and then the show name. So what we want to do is change that master file to the guest name. And if you can look, you see like right now when I'm doing this, I always copy and paste it in there because that way there's no real room for error as far as how to spell, especially with a name like Tony. Like you need to be Italian to understand that. So copying and pasting is really effective. So now we've got the episode art file that was duplicated from the other one, and we've just simply changed the file name, so it's actually already ready to save. So what we're going to do now is open it up. So with this one, what we do is you want to take images from the client's websites of the people that they interviewed and things. We want to avoid using photography that has copyright information on it like that. So we want to get stuff that's on their own personal website so that there's a good chance that they own the material, and therefore it's easy to put into the episode art. So what I've gone over to her website, and you see we've got two images that that could potentially work well, this one and this one. So I'm going to first take this one, I'm going to right click and say copy image, and then I'll go back over to Photoshop. I'll make this a little bit bigger. And then what I do is, this is the layer panels. If this layer panel's not here, you can say view, window, and then layers, and you click here. And this will make it so that your layer panel comes up. So in your layer panel, this will already be rasterized, or everything will be created here. So what you want to do, it's basically made up of two things: the copy and logo, which is just this information, and then there's the image of guest. And so we just click on the image of guest folder and press Command V, and then it comes into here. Now we can tell that the image is kind of small right now, so I'm going to press Command T for transform. I think that you go image transform. But anyways, it's always best to just use the hotkeys, so they're so fast. So Command T will make it so you get this transform box. And then when you click on the side, you want to make sure you hold Shift, because that'll make it so that it keeps that pixel ratio, right? Otherwise you'll get, if you don't press Shift, you'll get things that look like this, and then that's kind of a disaster. So you go Command T and then Shift click and drag it out. Shift click and drag it out. And then I press enter. So I used to use the key to do it, and then when I press enter, it cleared it out. If I press Command H, it gets those green lines, which are just simply guidelines. And then so the next thing, when you look at this, obviously one thing that needs to be edited is the guest name file. So you come over to here with this T box, and you click on the guest name, and then you come over here and you select the this tool. It's the horizontal type tool. So you can either press that, or you can just press T. And so when you're in here, you can just put the name in there. Since we don't really, again, I'll often like copy and paste it, just because that way I don't even have to worry about making a mistake. So I get her name in there, and then I just add the space and do the correct capitalization. Now, as we can see, the reason that there's a dash here is because essentially what's happening is that her name's too long to fit in the way that we've normally built it. So what we're going to do is click the type tool again, press Command A to highlight all, and then I'm going to come up here to the top, the toolbar here, and I'm just going to say, so right now it's at 65, or at 70. I'm going to try to move it down to 65. So I press 65 and then enter. Oh, I don't have to press enter, it happens automatically. So at 60, it's still too big. So now I'm going to make it 63, and then it fits in perfectly. And this will make it so that there's a very homogeneous sort of look to all of the episode arts. And so that's how we get it. And this is actually one of the more simpler episode arts that we do, but simple is oftentimes the most beautiful, and I think that this one's ready to go. So the next step is I'm going to press Command Shift E, which flattens all the images. You see over here all the layers went down, and then I'm going to press Command Shift S, which is Save As. And so then, as you can see, the save name, the title for the episode art is already in there, the file name, and all we have to do is change the format to JPEG. And then we click Save. I like to always do the maximum file image quality at 12. If this box doesn't come up, it's probably not an issue. And then you press OK, and it's created. If you go to the page, if you go to your source files, you'll see that the episode's right here, and it's a JPEG, and it's ready to go. And so that's how you make episode art.